What is your favorite horror movie? I don't like horror movie. I mean, I get scared very easily and I like it on my own. So if I watch a horror movie and I have to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, that's not a very great experience. So I don't watch any horror movie, not at all. Would you eat your legs if they're made from cake? Probably not. I love to walk, so no, that's not a good idea. Don't do that. Will you ever come to Pop-Tart? What is Pop-Tart? What do you enjoy most, research or baking? I think I enjoy both of them equally. How about doing a research on baking? That would be amazing, isn't it? Next question. What is your favorite type of milk to drink before bedtime? What irony, just milk question came up straight. I always prefer to drink whole milk. I don't think if you're drinking milk, there's no point drinking semi-skimmed or skimmed milk. They taste almost like water. How are you such a babe? What does it mean? Don't know. Keep doing that all the time. Thinking of starting a YouTube channel. Maybe someday. I mean, I would like to, but I feel I just wanted to feel, the whole thing a bit more, get used to all this thing happened last year with me. So maybe one day I would, because I love to teach. I love to talk with people and, like share information. I think I always wanted to be like lecturer or professor. If you would bake a cake for anybody in the world, who would it be? Definitely for my parents, especially for my mum. Because I mean, my mum actually nowadays bake cake in India. We have a small little oven where she bake cake, but it's nothing better than making a cake for your mum and getting appreciated, because they are the ultimate judges. What's the best way to avoid soggy bottom blind bake? One of my friends really likes someone and wants to date them, but doesn't know how to tell him. Any advice, Rahul? That's a really tricky one, and I don't think I'm the best person in the world to give anybody any love advice. I'm single myself. But I just say be honest, because if you like someone, just try to tell them how you like them, and probably that person also know how you like them, because everybody feels if anybody likes them or not. That's a really bad advice. Don't do it. Just do what your heart tells. That's the best thing always. Favorite place in Sheffield? I like Sheffield Botanical Garden. That's a very good place to go, especially during spring and early summer. Full with rhododendrons, absolutely beautiful. How much chocolate do you buy a week? I would say about 500 grams to a kilo per week. That's quite a lot of chocolate, I know. But I don't eat all of them. I usually distribute among my colleagues, so it's fine, I guess. I guess. Favorite cafe to eat in Sheffield? That's a good question. I don't really eat out too much, and I live in Rotherham. So pineapple on pizza, yes or no? So for me, I quite like the simple margherita pizza always. I don't mind a little bit of grilled pineapple on pizza or on the side, but I'd prefer not to have it. Oh dear. Will you marry me? I think I have to meet you first, and above all, my parents have to approve of you. So good luck contacting my parents. They're very hard to please. So yeah. So what is your favorite Bengali food? I like a Bengali mixed vegetable curry, which is called shukto. And like my mum and my grandma makes it, amazing. So I try to replicate the recipe myself. I can do a little bit, but it's not as good as them. Were you aware of how much support you have in Sheffield? So to be honest with you, the first few weeks when I was in Bake Off, I was not aware, because I didn't have a social media at that time. So, but some of my colleagues keep mentioning that there is a lot of people who like you. I was waiting in the bus stop for bus, and then suddenly a car pulled in front of me, and the car was full with about 5 to 6 Sheffield Uni students. They pulled the windows down, and they just literally shouted from the window saying, "We love you, Rahul." And that just literally filled me with such big warmth and joy, and I feel like, no, Sheffield does love me. So that's the first time I was aware that Sheffield people so much support me. My friend's birthday is coming. What cake should I make for... Oh, what should I make for me? Okay, so you wanted to make a cake for your boyfriend's birthday, but for yourself. Well, make a chocolate cake then. Chocolate and salted caramel cake. That's amazing. What is your favorite thing about your job? So I work as a research associate in nuclear AMRC. So my job is, it kind of varies quite a lot depending on what kind of project I'm working on. What I like is it's all about learning new things, and I think we all need to keep learning new things throughout our life, because once you kind of lose that kind of intention of learning new thing, it kind of gets a bit boring. So yeah, I think learning new things is definitely something that I like in my job. So just keep trying new things. Chocolate cake or Victoria sponge? A very interesting question because I love both, but I have to go with Victoria sponge because you can't beat a classic Victoria sponge. If you could do anything and nobody stop you, what would you do? I would like to do a big cake. Cream or jam first? I guess you are talking it in point of perspective of the scone or scone. I would say I'll half the scone or scone in two parts. In one part I'll put cream and jam, other part jam and cream, and enjoy both. So I think that's the best way of having it, having best of both worlds. How did you become such a G? Do you know what it means? No idea. So the next question, if you were to go on Come and Dine with me, what would be your three courses? The first course is going to be samosas, some mince. If it's a vegetarian one, I would go with paneer and like a paneer and pea kind of samosa. The main have to be biryani, definitely, or pulao, or lamb or chicken. And the dessert is going to be, it's going to be quite a mixed one, because I quite like creme brulee, but I quite like pie as well. So it's going to be like a tart, but a creme brulee tart. Okay, so what do you study and what's your favorite thing to bake? So I studied my undergrad and master's in India. My undergrad was on electronics and communication engineering, and my master's is in optics and optoelectronics. I did my PhD from UK in Loughborough University, and that's in optical engineering. And then I came here to do my kind of postdoc or research position in University of Sheffield. And what is my favorite thing to bake? I would always say all the time and every time is Victoria sponge. There is no, no alternative to a traditional Victoria sponge. There you go, all questions sorted, I guess.